going on? Jerome's fired up on a Friday, and so they're showing Varsity Blues on HBO Max now, and it's such a good movie. I don't want your life. James Vanderbeek with the most fake Texas accent ever. It's a great movie, man. It's a 10. 10. Random things and happenings going on in Vikings land as well as National Football League land. So Vikings Friday news dump. It's a little bit later on in the day, so I don't know. Probably not dumping. Who knows? First couple cups of coffee, probably processed. Who knows? Also, so I'm not going to lie. This is not an advertisement, but there's a brand. I don't even know what brand this is. But my wife has been buying up like these random NCAA like hoodies and sweatshirts and stuff. They're so soft. They're so soft. Although they are in lady sizes, so I'm technically wearing a 3XL, which I don't know. So first off, that made me feel bad about myself a little bit when I'm wearing a 3XL. But then I remember, wait a minute, I'm literally like a men's large to extra large. So this is just baloney. This is literally like Mr. Frodo sizes. But anyways, it's very soft. And with the weather the way it is, it's very good. So onward and upward. So Thursday Night Football sucked ass, as usual. And I don't know whether it's a short week or whatever, or maybe it was just the Panthers versus the Bears. This game sucked, and it was horrible, and it was tough to watch. Although made a little bit of cash betting all the unders. First half under, second half under, full time under, everyone under, right? And Bryce Young. So the Panthers moved heaven and earth to move up for Bryce Young. Should they have taken C.J. Stroud in hindsight? Maybe. I did say during the draft process I thought that Stroud had the highest floor and probably has the highest ceiling. But the fact that Bryce Young, frankly, got outplayed last night by Tyson Bagent, who was a UDFA out of Shepherd, kind of says a lot. And, yeah, you could say that Bryce Young's offensive line is poopy. His weapons are poopy. Thielen is wide receiver 1. And I like Thielen a lot. He shouldn't be a wide receiver 1 right now. But Bryce Young this season is from ESPN. QBR last, yards per attempt last, touchdown interception 8-7, 25th. He's just not good right now. And I do think that Bryce Young in the right spot, right situation, can be very effective and efficient. I mean, Alabama tape speaks for itself, but right now the Panthers don't have any talent, and also they're going to be shipping off a lot of their other talent. I mean, Chin is probably gone. Derek Brown is probably gone. Burns is probably gone at some point, and they don't have their first-round pick, which is going to the stupid Bears. So it's tough, man. It's tough. And speaking of that pick, so right now, the Bears, even with the win, handing an L to Carolina allegedly, the Panthers secured the number 1 spot for the Bears because their strength of schedule is even weaker. So they technically have that. In draft order, head-to-head does not matter. Not that the Panthers played the Cardinals anyway. But even though the Panthers and the Cardinals have the same record, again, if you have a weaker strength of schedule and you have that same record, it means that you had the same record against worse opponents. Theoretically, that's how the Panthers do have the tiebreaker. So, I mean, the Bears have won. I mean, Tyson Bagent's looking fine. I think they're 100% done with Justin Fields. I think that he's going to get traded to the Falcons in the offseason. But who are they going to screw up at 1? Is it going to be Caleb? Is it going to be Drake? Is it going to be JJ Dynamite? Who knows, man? Cardinals at 2. Now, I'm pretty sure they're done with Kyler. But what if Kyler plays well the rest of the season? Do they trade him? Do they hit the reset button with a rookie quarterback? Do they roll with Kyler? And then do they take Marvin Harrison Jr. at 2? Either way, it's exciting. The Giants should take a quarterback. Patriots should definitely take a QB. Bears, I mean, with that second pick, I mean, do you take the Penn State tackle, Olafashu? Going to Washington, that's pretty damn good. Yeah. Rams, I mean, Rams should be in the quarterback market. Packers, yes. I mean, the Bucks, yes. The Broncos, yes. Tennessee, well, maybe they'll roll with Will Levis. Atlanta, yes, unless they get Fields. Washington, I mean, Howell's fine. Indy's got their QB. So you can say that most of the teams in the top 10 could target quarterback. And again, the QB tax is certainly there. Certainly there, man. All right, so that's it. And also Adam Thielen. Kind of feel bad for Thielen, man. Like, rough day all the way around, and he's 1-8. but he's getting wide receiver 1 targets. And Freezing Cold Takes brought this up. So in the offseason, Thielen went on McAfee's show and said, quote, "I feel like there's a real chance to win a Super Bowl now with the Panthers." We talked about this at the time. Obviously, it was cap. Obviously, that maybe Thielen believed it, but, I mean, obviously it was a lie. Like, Panthers were very far away, but he's got to say that. I mean, whenever you sign anywhere, like, you could sign up with the Brits Pub recreational football team and then have them play in the NFL, and you could say, like, yeah, we could probably win a Super Bowl here. You have to say that, right? You can't just say, I came here for the golfing weather, the money, and wide receiver 1 targets, because I wasn't happy with 107 last year. So speaking of former Vikings, Dalvin Cook is buried on the depth chart with the Jets. Breece Hall, even though Breece Hall hasn't been great the last couple of weeks, he's still a running back 1, and Dalvin just isn't getting that work, man. So this is for NFL rumors. New York Jets Dalvin Cook asked for his production to increase, but instead he got 2 carries. It would not shock me if Cook asked for his release soon. I think it's possible. The Jets would have to eat a little bit of dead cap. They did give him some decent guaranteed money on his 1-year deal, but even though it would make sense with the Vikings running game struggling, and Dalvin, even though he had a career low 4.4 yards per carry last year, would he help improve the Vikings running back room? Yes. Would the Vikings benefit from his leadership back here? Yes. But the problem with the Vikings running game is lack of explosive plays, and that's not really in Dalvin's repertoire anymore, even though, people remember the long runs last year against the Bills, against the Dolphins, as well as the screen pass against the Colts. But, I mean, overall, like, Dalvin just didn't have that same burst, and he's showing it with the Jets. That said, would I welcome him back as RB3 at a league minimum deal? Maybe. But again, explosiveness is what we need. Free Ty Chandler. That's right, man. Speaking of freeing, so the Vikings could be freed up on Monday night. There's new Monday Night Football flexible scheduling, and that starts week 12. And incidentally enough, the Vikings play the Bears, hosting the Bears at historic US Bank Stadium, week 12 on November 27th. Now, weeks 12 through 17, they can flex out that Monday night matchup to get a little bit more favorable, and the NFL has to give 12 days notice to allow fans to be able to make arrangements, etc. And so you can flex out any afternoon game to Monday night, and you obviously can't flex out Sunday night or Thursday or whatever. But I think that this is going to get flexed out, and not because the Vikings are bad. Obviously, the Vikings are going to be intriguing and at home, but the Bears are just ass. Like the Bears are not good national television, and I mean, this was supposed to be, hey, Justin Fields is throwing for 4,000 yards this year. Look how he does against Kirk Cousins. So I think that they could downgrade this thing. Although, I mean, Josh Dobbs or Jaron Hall is certainly intriguing, but there's a lot better options out on the table there. Just going through some of the other games that could be flexed in. So they do have Steelers at Bengals. I mean, that was plays nationally. Jaguars at Texans is a little bit spicy. I kind of like that one. Chiefs and Raiders, again, something that plays nationally. Maybe the Antonio Pierce storyline holds some water. Bills and Eagles seems like an obvious one too, but we'll see. But I think that the Vikings heading into that bye after the Bears game, I think that could be a Sunday new game. Maybe it should be. Speaking of Josh Dobbs, so he won the Nickelodeon MVP award, which is something that is beautiful to see. That's the second MVP for the Vikings. Justin Jefferson won, last year, back in the day. Sure, good times. But Josh Dobbs, NFC Offensive Player of the Week, but more importantly, Nickelodeon Valuable Player. Love to see it. Something you also love to see is the Vikings getting a little bit of love with the national media jabroni haircuts. So Pete Schrager, again, Good Morning Football has been relatively good to the Vikings. I love and respect Pete Schrager, Jamie Erdahl's a Minnesota girl. She's always fantastic too. And plus, Kyle Brandt generally supports the Vikings, even though he's a Bears fan. Do you know that? It's kind of weird, but big time Kirk Cousins fan. So there you go. But with Schrager, also McCourty's cool. Although I like his brother better. Pete Schrager, I don't think it's just a wild card. I think the sky is the limit for them, talking about the Vikings this season. And, I mean, the Vikes definitely moving on up to the east side, finally getting ourselves a piece of the pie, and the Vikings are overcoming a lot. So whether it's whether it's injuries, whether it's JJ being out, whether it's Kirk going down, whether it's your quarterback doesn't know the names of his teammates. The Vikings are crawling. I mean, they're getting back up into this thing. They're firmly in the 7 seed. They're 5-2 in conference, which is important for tiebreakers if it comes down to it. But also, Lions, hey, objects in your mirror are closer than they appear. And I don't think that the Lions' stranglehold on this conference, on this division, is as secure as a lot of people want you to think. So they see us rolling, they hate, and we're getting back into this thing. So again, good to see a little bit of love and hype from the NFL Network flagship morning show. Also, so this is so funny. So PFF does not give Danielle Hunter a lot of love this year. He's like 14th in their edge rusher rankings. Also, as we pointed out earlier in the week, NFL.com, of their 27 analysts, the supposedly expert voters, not a single one of them voted for Danielle Hunter as their midseason defensive player of the year. It was Myles Garrett, it was TJ, and it was Micah Parsons, which respect the game, yes, but Danielle is leading the league in tackles, as well as he's tied for the league in tackles for loss. Plus, PFF Vikings points out best missed tackle rate among edge defenders, 2%. So he's got all that going on, but he's not getting love from the analysts. He's not getting love from the analytics, but it's okay. I mean, Danielle Hunter will just keep on keeping on, and at the end of the season, watch Danielle lead the league in sacks. Maybe he'll even flirt with a sack record. And Myles Garrett will be 4 sacks behind him. He'll have half the tackles for loss. He'll have half the tackles, which means that he's not playing the run as well as Danielle Hunter, and he'll still win unanimously. It's just so stupid. Absolutely ridiculous, man. Something that's also ridiculous is Justin friggin' Jefferson. And probably not going to see him this week against the Saints, although the Vikings seem to be playing their cards a little bit close to the chest. But I like what they're doing, and it's a lot like Brian O'Neill's return from his Achilles. There's a plan, there's a process, trust the process, and err on the side of caution, especially this time of year. So Will Raggett, Sports Illustrated. Justin Jefferson is getting closer to a return, but he's not going to be out there until his hamstring is 100%. I don't want to go out there at 80, 90% and have the chance of hurting again, and that's exactly what needs to happen. And I'm glad that JJ... with these alpha uber competitive guys, I mean, sometimes you do have to save them from themselves because they want to play, they want to be out there. And Jefferson, to his credit, has been super hyped on the sidelines. He's been a great teammate. He's been engaged on the sideline with his teammates and coaches. And as a superstar, like, you've seen players pout, like, hey, they're going on a big winning streak without me. Yay. No, but JJ is absolutely getting after it, and get that hamstring 100%, and we'll go from there. And obviously would love to see him next week against the Broncos, against PS2. That would be great. But Bears Monday Night Football, but really probably Sunday noon would be great as well. But having him healthy for the stretch run, especially 2 games against the Lions, I mean, we're all in, baby. We're absolutely all in. So, yeah, get that hamstring 100%, because there's nothing worse than having a muscle issue. It heals up pretty close, and then you push it too hard, too fast, and then you're out for even longer. It's rough, man. Something that is fantastic. So AI is sort of taken over, artificial intelligence, not Allen Iverson. And a lot of people are just pushing through. Also, the AI art, it's so creepy. It is. But someone on the old Reddit machine asked ChatGTP to rename all NFL teams, and some of these are pretty good. So a lot. So ChatGTP really loves alliteration, but the Vikings as the Northland Nomads, that's good. That's good, man. I love that. But some of these other ones are good too, like the Motor City Monarchs. That ain't bad. I like that a lot. The Phoenix Freebirds, that's fantastic. That's really good. The Baltimore Marauders, the Buffalo Thunderwolves, that's really good too. I like it. The Jacksonville Strikers, the Pacific Northwest Stormbringers. That's good. That's good, man. The Big Apple Aviators. The Liberty City Raptors. I mean, I guess the Eagle technically is a raptor. There you go. The Crescent City Crusaders. That's too much alliteration. Yeah. The Capital City Monuments. Weren't the commies initially? Wasn't Monuments like one of the finalists for their names? Doesn't matter. The Cheesehead Lumberjacks. None of that makes sense. I mean, is the logging industry even that big in Northeast Wisconsin? I don't know, man. The South Beach Aquatic, Hollywood Stars, the SoCal Surge, the Sin City Scorpions. That's pretty good. The Queen City Tigers, I like that a lot. The Bengals are the Bengals, but as an homage, I like the Massillon Tigers. Go ahead there. That's good. Windy City Bruisers. But either way, I do think that the Northland Nomads is fantastic. I just like the Northland. We should go back to that, and also outdoor stadiums for everything, including basketball. But anyways, that's it. That's your Friday Vikings news dump. It's beautiful. Sun is shining, birds are chirping and stuff. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.